DFS Show with John Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. It is Friday, the TGIF. We've hit there, the end of the work week. Friday is here. We got ourselves a 8-game main slate on DraftKings. Gotta get the old peepers looked at there. That day it looked like a lot like a 9. Starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time, run all the way through 10:30. Knicks Clippers, 10:30 start time. So we got a full slate. For whatever reason, DraftKings deciding to keep the 10 p.m. games on this one. They've cut them off before. They've given us like 6-game slates, but not today. Full 8-gamer to close out the work week. And it is an interesting one because, as you see right there on the screen, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander already ruled out. And if you go click on the OKC Thunder name tag, everybody is out. Heshier, Jalen Williams, Hartenstein, Dort, Cason Wallace out. Chet Holmgren, questionable, probably out given the state of the team.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
As they face the Portland Trailblazers. You pointed out in the Discord, they got a couple of key matchups against Denver Nuggets on their way. That could be a reason why they're resting everybody ahead of this matchup here against the Portland Trailblazers.
That they do.
Be on the lookout for those. Thunder at 8 o'clock. We got Dallas on this slate. They're going up against Memphis. We'll see what Memphis decides to put on the floor. Charlotte, Cleveland. We'll see how competitive that game ends up being. Utah, Toronto. Utah. Colin Sexton is back. Jordan Clarkson is out. Josh Collins is out already for Utah here. Count that George is questionable, but Colin Sexton's back. We'll see how long he plays for. Let's see. Minnesota, Miami. Any other back-to-backs here? No back-to-backs, I don't think. Knicks aren't a back-to-back. They face the Lakers on Thursday. They got the Clippers here. So, man, should be a fun slate. 12-3 Joker is your top price guy. He has not paid off this price tag the last 2 slates. He's got Phoenix. And that's it for over $10,000. So, Harden is your top price point guard. Do we get Kawhi for this one or no? Let's see.
Yeah, he's off the injury report.
Okay, so Harden, who's had himself a field day when it's been the team to himself, lit up Detroit. Had, what did you say, 25 in the first quarter?
25 in the first, yeah.
He's $9,800. LaMelo, 95. Brunson, 91. Is your top 3 guys up over $9,000. Given the state of the slate, are you finding yourself looking to prioritize either of those 3 guards? Or do you think maybe the mid-tier is a bit more appealing?
Yeah, I mean, Harden, there will be – I will be on record, and this is going to be crazy, but there will be value available to us on the slate. That is for sure, especially when you just look at OKC. So, yeah, I mean, I could talk myself into Harden, the Knicks' second leg of a back-to-back, and haven't been great defensively. I can talk myself into LaMelo in tournaments. Mark Williams is already out. Should be, a relatively high-scoring game. LaMelo coming off 50. I could talk myself into that. The Brunson one, he has a ceiling. Will he show it in this spot? So, I can talk myself into those 3. I don't know if any of them are priorities.
De'Aaron Fox revenge game at $8,400 back in Sacramento. And John Morant against Dallas at $8,300. That price tag continues to be quite appealing. Jamal Murray, $7,800 there. Continues to be really good for Denver, even with Jokic in the lineup. Simons versus a backup team versus the Thunder at $69 feels kind of appealing.
The backup team of the Thunder is just.
I mean, it is.
Caruso is crazy.
Starts, right? I know. Wiggins is going to start here. No,
you're not wrong. It's just it's just crazy. It's March, dude. It's the beginning of March, and that's where we are right now. Yeah, Fox is fine. he has not been great. He's also like, there's been random Stephon Castle blow up games. Then there's been the Devin Vassell crazy nuke the other day. There's been like Keldon John, like he's dealing with a lot of all other really good offensive players. So, but we know he has a ceiling. So if you want to go here, you can go here. Same with Ja. We got the 32 minutes. It's fine. $8,300 is fine. There's no triple J, so we don't know who's going to be available for Dallas, but it could be 8 players again. I don't know what the status of Kai Jones is. He's already out. So they wait again. I guess Caleb Martin is questionable, so they could have 9 because Caleb Martin exists. So a 9th player in Caleb Martin. So Ja gets a shorthanded team in Dallas. Like that. And yeah, I mean, Murray's been great. Joker might not play. You know, they have the same schedule as OKC, back on Sunday, Monday. So if you see Joker sit because of the ankle, they were doubling him that whole game. They did the Lakers strategy, the Kings. I guess that's something to monitor, right? Are teams just going to sell out and make the Nuggets beat them shooting? And if they do, guys like Murray, guys like Westbrook, have the opportunity to do so. So, I like Murray at 78. Simmons, fine. Garland, fine. Like all quickly, fine. Collier, fine.
With Sexton back, are we at all concerned with Collier, George, if they play?
Yeah, if Keontae is out, then I'm okay with Collier. If Keontae's in, it's probably hard to get there.
Dinwiddie, $5,900, played 29 minutes, was not good. They got blown out. Still finished with decent fantasy points for the price. The price is now up, though. Probably get blown out again here against Memphis. Like, they're just so bad.
Yeah, and they're just not healthy. It's a tough sell. But they're shorthanded, so there's a case to be made to get to Dinwiddie.
Where else are we looking when it comes to the point guard value? Again, there is the Thunder. Thunder value guards, or they might all be shooting guards.
Well, Caruso.
Am I missing Caruso?
Caruso is there.
Okay.
Yeah, 44.
There he is. Yeah. So Caruso would probably be a pretty mega chalky play here.
Yeah, he probably starts Caruso, Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, Jay Will. And then if Chet plays, that's probably your 5. And if Chet sits, throw anyone out there. Usman Jang, freaking Kenrich Williams, like who knows? But yeah, Caruso should be fine. We'll see what the minutes look like, but he should.
Anybody else?
Yes, Russell Westbrook 59 if Aaron Gordon's out again. I said to you, I thought Jamal Murray was the second best Nugget. At point guard, Westbrook was amazing. 44 fantasy points, 35 minutes, gets Phoenix. So I love Westbrook at 59. The Timberwolves started DiVincenzo the other day. I know they were missing pieces, but I'd be curious to see if they do it because they looked so good again offensively with DiVincenzo back. And he got up to 32 minutes. We were told there was a limit. Apparently, second leg of a back-to-back, we're just going to say screw it, no limit. 32 minutes. If he's in the starting lineup, I'd have interest. Scoot could potentially be in play here. Portland, potentially without Denny Avdia, Jeremy Grant, and already without Delano Banton. So if Scoot were to find himself starting potentially, even if not, like if Denny and Jeremy Grant were to sit, Scoot's going to play big minutes. So I could get to Scoot. You can always take a flyer on Ty Jerome because Ty Jerome has a super high ceiling. Keon Ellis was really good the other day. He played 39 minutes. I told you the defense,
dude, right? 4 stocks in that game.
4 stocks, absolutely smashed offensively, better than anyone probably could have anticipated on that end too. So Already know Malik Monk, already know Sabonis. And then Brandon Williams, $3,800. I said it to you on the stream the other day. He was really good. And I think the thing is, like, whether or not there's a blowout, it's another situation where they might have 8 or 9 guys and they only have a couple guards. Dinwiddie, Brandon Williams. Those are their 2 point guards. Their whole roster. And then, like, Clay, that's your guard room. Max Christie, like, that's your entire, 4 guards for 2 wings. So we should see Brandon Williams play kind of regardless. And if they're without Caleb Martin again, they just have 8 guys, and
kind of crazy they didn't really move his price tag. Only $3,800.
Yeah, it is. They had a much too high of a long of a window for that.
Shooting guard. I know Phoenix, like, there's something going on there. They did beat the Clippers. Denver does not play a lot.
Big comeback, over a 20-point comeback.
At one point, Durant looked like he was going to fight his coach.
Yep, he did.
If we're going to get big minutes out of Booker at $8,800, and Denver, not a great defensive team here. Like, there's a ceiling for points there. Sure. I don't mind that. Where do you go next, though? Because, like, the rest of these games kind of, Levine's fine, obviously. Needed a big fourth quarter in that game to last time out to pay off fantasy value. But we worry about blowouts for Memphis and Dallas, Cleveland, Charlotte. I think it's kind of like Booker for me in this group.
I would not shy away from Levine. I mean, they're still without Sabonis.
The price just keeps coming up, and he hasn't paid off 40 in a little bit. So
yeah, but he played 40 minutes, got going in the second half, and he does have a ceiling. Like, we've seen twice in his Sacramento tenure, he's gone for 50 in his last 7 games. So I do think that there is a ceiling at this price. He wasn't great last game, I know, but I'm willing to go.
Shaden Sharp should be in for a bajillion minutes here.
As long as everyone's out, I'm in.
Let's see, where do we go from? Well, Beal being out, it's kind of interesting too. If Beal sits, we go back to Tyus. Yeah, Tyus. or Grayson even, right?
Tyus was really bad the other day, and they came back, and this is a random one, but they came back in that game with Colin Gillespie, and Colin Gillespie played really well. And then they asked Bud after, or today, they were like, would you see Gillespie starting? And they were like, no, but he's going to play minutes. So interesting to hear that. But looks like he's going to play minutes. Tyus would be fine. But obviously that's interesting to watch if Gillespie cuts into any of his run. Clay was really good the other day at 55. He took 27 shots. I'm assuming we're just going to get Klay Thompson doing stuff like that moving forward. I
asked you about this too. I was like, well, they don't have anybody else. And you're like, well, he could be the first guy to sit. And then you halfway through the night, you're like, so Clay's just not sitting. He's just going to play.
He's just not going to sit. Yeah. In fact, he did not sit. And in fact, he just played. So I was wrong for sure. So I'd be perfectly fine getting to
what do we do with this guy?
Some Klay Thompson. Yeah, I mean, I said it the other day. I thought Brooklyn was a great tournament play. No one was playing them, and I played Vassell. If I had just figured out a different lineup, if I didn't play Onyeka Okongwu and I played another center,
Jared Allen,
I would have been I would have been 100 air. Yeah, it would have been 100 air. I didn't. And I had this beautiful 70 bomb in just good cash, but nothing. I mean, look, he's been better. He is good offensively. The stocks and the rebounds, way much of an aberration. But the peripheral stats have been
finally,
pretty consistent.
Remember, this is the point guard for them last year at times.
Yeah, I am definitely I'm good with Vassell if you end there. I think might be a little bit of a chase.
I mean, we've
but
said
I'm
all
good.
year long that like his price point is fair for like, and we think that he has a ceiling, and then there, boom, he triples what he's done all year.
Well, it did go to 56, and then I was like, all right, we gotta address the price. Like we have to take advantage of this price.
Do you play Colin Sexton?
I don't know. I man, I just want Utah to sit into the end. I probably just don't because the minutes have kind of stunk since he's come back. So I'd rather just play Christian Brown. If there's no Aaron Gordon, we said it. Christian Brown's not going to sit. Nope. He didn't sit. He played 38 minutes again. So if we're gonna get a version of the guy who doesn't sit, then I'm
with you. This whole tier, like you mentioned, is good. Brown, DiVincenzo, Thompson, Christie, they're all good plays there. Again, I think Grayson Allen has a dart throw. Keon Ellis is working there. Probably takes out Juzang with guys back, but he obviously exploded the other day.
He did. Duncan Robinson's right there for a couple hundred more. Because I think Miami's another, like Burks is on the injury report again. Ware is on the injury report again. Then Isaiah Joe at 4K.
Vince Williams started for Santi.
True. Do we have a Aldama?
I would assume questionable, right?
Status.
So
yeah, he's questionable. Yeah, it's a calf too. So that's the calf is always a little sketchy, right? Like every time you see calf, I'm like,
something a little sketchy to watch.
I would assume we see an Isaiah Joe starting lineup. That would be my guess.
Works. Anybody else?
Wasn't prepared for that. I was clicked on Isaiah Joe. Jacoby Walter. They ruled out RJ Barrett already. Grady Dick is out as well. They've also been playing a lot of AJ Lawson, John. I want you to know that. Former Dallas Maverick great. $3,000. He played 26 minutes last game. I would not in the slightest bit be surprised if tomorrow they sent out a lineup and it's Quickly, Barnes, Walter, Lawson, and Orlando Robinson. It wouldn't be surprising at all because they are down a lot of guys in this game. This game is going to be a nightmare. Utah, Toronto. We didn't talk Quickly. We should have.
Yeah, no RJ Barrett. You like brush by him, but no RJ Barrett obviously puts him.
No Barrett, Pirtle. No Barrett, Pirtle, Mobo, Grady Dick, Ochai Agbaji. So we're gonna get Barnes Quickly.
Against Utah at 6,600. That's like a easy play. Speaking of small forward and Barnes, I guess KD with small forward eligibility at $8,900. Scotty Barnes 79, Kawhi Leonard 78, DeMar DeRozan who cooked at $7,500.
I feel like there's a lot of good plays there. KD is solid. Levine has a ceiling. Josh Hart, we know, has a ceiling. We'll see what they do on a back-to-back. Scotty's great at 79 against Utah there with like whatever version of their team is going on. I'm definitely interested in some Scotty Barnes. Kawhi at 78. Dude, Kawhi dunked. I watched Kawhi dunk 3 times in a game. That's all I needed to know. He was fully back.
Played 40 minutes for the Lakers too.
Look at the minutes, bro. These are regulation games. Like we're playing just max minutes for Kawhi. So love Kawhi, and then DeRozan you mentioned, and that honestly, well within the range of outcomes, right? And I think you're gonna see Levine again unowned, and all the ownership flock to DeRozan. That would be, and rightfully so. DeRozan's significantly cheaper and everything. But I'm just saying, I also think when you're looking at that situation, it's like, oh well, I could also just possibly take a shot on Levine and see if that works too. But we'll see. You could play either of those Kings wings, and I think you'd be happy.
McDaniels had a huge day the other day against Charlotte. Well,
he did.
people are out again for Minnesota. There's obviously room for him there. Let's see. Michael Porter Jr. 65. Najee Marshall had a double-double. 6K Najee.
He's gonna play a lot. So I just saw Dante Exum and Caleb Martin could be back. So Dallas could actually be up to 10, which is a miracle to even think about them having 10 players. But they could be up to 10. And if they're not, then fire up Najee Marshall for sure.
Let's see. Anything else in the value tier that we'd look at?
I guess if Sensabaugh starts, but I don't love the price. I mean, they just will not extend him no matter what. Aaron Wiggins.
Sure, 4,900.
Aaron Wiggins, 4,900.
He had the 40 bomb
plug and
in
play.
Sacramento.
Yeah, plug and play.
I mean, OKC will be chalky here.
Easy. Yeah, but Wiggins is a fantastic play.
Again, Vince Williams and Juju Jackson are here. Williams started. Gigi got 20 minutes. You mentioned Walter already. Do we get the Jake LaRavia game again?
Infuriating.
28
stuff,
and 24 minutes.
It's possible. It's possible. I don't think we need to go there in this slate, but it's possible. They're shorthanded.
Power forward. Bam. Big game, a tough spot against Cleveland.
He's been really good. And Hero's questionable again. Burke's questionable. I mean, it just might be the same. They might just be running it back here.
Can play KD. I don't mind that, obviously. Mobley's 81. You can play Leonard. Naz Reid's here. If Chet was like the lone guy in, he would be an obvious option, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, I'm not sure like Chet's just like this automatic, like I'm gonna take 30 shot guy, but I definitely think he's
there without everybody. He might be a 20 shot guy.
Big role. Yeah, we've never like seen that before.
Opening night though, he cooked Denver
as like, just as primary option, like SGA and like just Chet by himself. Like I feel like it just hasn't been there, but that's a good tier, man.
Bam, there are any minute sample size here for Chet without SGA and Williams on the floor here,
and Dub, just neither of them. I mean, I'm good with basically anyone like 8, like Chet and up. A little less bullish on Naz Reid if Rudy Gobert plays. That'd be probably the one guy I wouldn't play.
Let's see. Chet, SGA, Williams. All right. So there's no minute sample size with SGA and Jalen Williams off the floor. There is a 100-minute sample size with no SGA. And he has a 23% usage rate and 1.47 fantasy points per minute. But again, that's because Jalen Williams is also on the floor. Jalen Williams has a 26% usage rate and has a 1.5 fantasy points per minute. So, like, you're taking that guy off the floor also. So, they're not like a ton of historical data on this guy.
There's not.
Let's see. If we go to last year. Let's see. We take it back to last year. Let's see. Any minute sample size at all with these guys? 197 minutes dating back to last season. And it's a 27% usage rate and a 1.3 fantasy point per minute. So
interesting.
But that also includes Giddey, who is a monster in that scenario. So, like,
sure,
it's very difficult to isolate just a solo Chat. We haven't seen it. So
haven't seen it.
Let's see. You get the Randall McDaniel there at 769. I still would play Sandy Aldama if he plays.
Yes, just worry about the calf a little bit, but I agree.
They keep going back and forth with Bol. 9 minutes in that last game, 25 before that. Even if he starts, he's not safe anymore. Like,
no, he can't go there. It's unfortunate, but I
5K range. Anybody for you?
Keegan Murray just was in massive foul trouble that whole game. It's in the range of outcomes. Keldon Johnson, 4,600, was really good again the other day for the price. So you can play Keldon. Oh my God, Omax Prosper is out. When did that happen, dude?
Yeah, they're down. They're down so many people here, right? They could, but you said they could also be getting guys back. So Omax goes out, Caleb Martin comes back, and like you're.
They have to, right? Because they had 8 last game. They have to get one player back between Martin and Exum. So one of those players will obviously play, at least one. Brandon Clark was really good again. I don't know, like, I mean, back-to-back games,
and no Aldama in that game too. So like,
and no Aldama. So if there's no Aldama again, and we're just gonna get like, even like the potential to have 27 minutes for Brandon Clark,
and
I would
Dallas as
be a buyer.
as the matchup.
I would, and Dallas, I would buy that for sure. Then there's, I mean, it is gross. Kessler Edwards at 4K could honestly be somewhat of a player. Kyle Anderson,
Jabari Walker
37.
hit 6 threes versus Boston.
If Jabari Walker, I mean, if they don't have Denny and Jeremy Grant, you could see Jabari Walker play some 4 and the 5 because he has been operating as the 5. So there's that. There's Kyle Anderson. There's some Kendrick Williams could end up starting for OKC. We don't know what they're going to do, but if Kenrich started at 34, if Ousmane Dieng at 3K started, Ousmane Dieng played 30 minutes in a game and had 40 fantasy points earlier in the year.
Here.
The first round like lottery pick for Ousmane Dieng. He's just the riches that OKC has and has had this whole time, right? Like you just kind of forget that what they have.
The lineups look like they're OKC at 8:00. So
yeah, I'm just saying, like they are literally down 5? SGA, Williams, Hartenstein, Dort, Case, and Wallace. That was literally their starting 5 last game. And then possibly Chet. So they'll be down 6 players.
No, no arguments here. Center, again, Joker's 12-3, hasn't paid it off. Doesn't mean he won't pay it off. So you can always build a lineup around that. Towns, $9,900. Again, always free to play if you want to go there. Is there a center on the slate that isn't named Nikola Jokic that you'd play?
You don't know me, John.
AI knows you. I asked Rock to give me like a version of James Grande basketball analysis, and he broke down Nikola Jokic. So
here's just a picture of a goat.
It knows.
Named Nikola. Yeah. No, there's not.
I mean, Valanciunas obviously at 69.
We didn't really. Yeah, nice. Valanciunas for sure. Looks great. I mean, Julius Randle looks great. We didn't really talk about him power. Are getting Walker Kessler back. They've been really, whoever the starter's been, has been really good. Filipowski's been really good as a backup too, but like whatever the starter has been has absolutely smashed. Julius Randle 7K. If there's no Rudy Gobert, even if there is Rudy Gobert, dude, he looks so good since coming back from the IL. Max minutes, almost triple-double, 25 actual, still is too cheap. So I'd play him. Klingon is going to let us down with foul trouble, I'm sure. He can always play
only played 20 minutes for Boston. So.
He did only play 20 minutes against Boston. Nick Richards,
Edie,
fine. Edie, fine.
20 minutes in that game,
Edie,
too.
fine. Where's Orlando Robinson? 3,500. He's going to start. That's basically what they've done. So Orlando Robinson 35 is pretty good per minute. one day with Toshibwe. He grabbed 13 rebounds in 19 minutes. I was watching that game, and the broadcast was like, guess who grabbed another rebound? Dwight Powell. Not even if he was the only person on the court. Not even if he was the only person on the court.
Honestly,
well, I'm sure Dallas had no thought to Dwight Powell was ever going to be in the plans at all, other than like the morale guy, right?
But he's been in the league forever.
So, yeah. Jalen Williams, 4,300. He's gonna be really popular at 43.
They're 43, yeah.
43. OKC is like you could play like you might be able to play like 4 OKC in this.
Agreed. All right, let's get a lineup going here. So we'll go Caruso.
Let's get a lineup going.
Caruso, Brandon. Actually, let's go Brandon Williams.
Well, yeah. Aaron Wiggins.
Caruso.
Isaiah Joe.
Them over Caruso? Or you just play them all?
They're down 5 starters against Portland. Like I would play like 5 OKC. I'd probably just like play the starters.
Good.
I'd be okay with that. I mean, it's just you can stars and scrub that way too. Because you can play Jokic plus, or if we didn't want to play Jokic, and he's like the clear spend up on this, like because he's technically the only like spend up. I know you liked Booker.
Yeah, I got 6,400. I'm seeing what the other value is. See if we can get there.
Oh, easy. Hold my beer. You can play Jokic in the util and then play Orlando Robinson or anything Toronto related because Toronto's shorthanded. So like if we put like Scotty Barnes and Quickly instead of Kawhi, maybe.
Barnes.
Move Wiggins. You can move Wiggins to power forward. You move Caruso to forward, yeah.
61 util.
Oh boy, you just love it when a plan comes together.
Go Chase Vassell. Williams, Joe, Barnes, Wiggins, Jokic, Quickly, Caruso, Vassell. Example lineup for everybody here. Again, 8 games. We'll have a live stream at 5. Hopefully some injury clarity for all of you then as well. Leave a comment in the comment section. Who's your favorite Thunder? Given who's going to be available for them in this matchup against Portland. Let us know who you're going to be building your lineups around. Grandi and I will be back. We'll see you then.